Hello and welcome to this little Ubersoldier II Impression video, and this will be my impression after completing the main campaign, which took me around 7 to 8 hours on the normal difficulty. So this game is a first-person shooter set during the Second World War, and it's basically that some Nazi people are trying to create super soldiers, and you have to stop that, and thereby killing them and a whole lot of other Nazis. And yeah, the story isn't all that great. But to be fair, I actually found it to be a bit enjoyable from time to time, just because of how absurd the story was. One thing that bugged me a bit about the story, though, is that there are a lot of people and characters from, I believe, the first Ubersoldier, a game that I haven't played. And there are a lot of people that you do not recognize, and the game kind of expects you to recognize them, and perhaps they could have done a better job introducing all of these characters. But this is not a game that anyone would like to play just because of the story, so let's talk about the first-person shooting gameplay. So it's quite alright actually. When I say quite alright, I'm not saying that it is as good so that people with just a passive interest in genre would be interested in playing this game, because it is not. When I say quite alright, I mean it's okay, it works. It's good enough that people with an interest in the genre could waste a couple of hours playing through this game. And it works decent enough, the guns works alright, and it looks okay when you shoot, and when you shoot at walls, dust and stuff like that spreads, and it looks quite nice. When you kill a certain amount of people by either headshots or by knifing them, you get some special mode that you can run around and kill people and stuff like that. So you do have some interesting stuff to mix it up, but the basic gunplay and the basic way the combat works is quite well, you have seen it before, so to say. It's the standard first-person shooting way, and it works okay. The AI could sometimes be a bit dumb. You can abuse them from time to time, and some enemies can be a bit bullet spongy, especially later on in the game, which annoyed me a bit, but they still worked fine. And when it comes to the weapon, I'm sorry, the weapons, it doesn't really impress me or anything like that. It very much follows the era, and you have the standard Second World War weapons in the game, which is a bit sad considering that the game do have some supernatural elements in it, and you could imagine that they could really spice the weapons up and add some really cool and interesting ones. But out of the ordinary weapons, you'd only get access to a minigun and a flamethrower, which is neat and all, but they don't really impress or steal the show or anything like that. And when it comes to the enemies, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much your standard enemy Nazis, and they work okay and stuff like that, but they don't impress. And later on in the game, they do have some enemies with some supernatural elements in them, but it's nothing more than big bullet spongy things or big tanks and stuff like that, so they don't impress. And considering that the game do have supernatural elements in it, we could imagine that they could spice it up like in the Wolfenstein games or stuff like that, but they really don't. So that, at least for me, was a bit of a buzzkill. I think that if they could spice the enemies up and stuff like that, it would really benefit the game. When it comes to the environments in the game, it is kind of mixed. We do have some levels in some quite nice places, like on a train, desert city, and a mountain city. But they do sadly also have a lot of levels in quite grey and dull ruined cities and stuff like that, which perhaps isn't all that interesting. But all in all, I had an alright time with this game. It doesn't in any way exceed in any specific area, but it did its job good enough, and I had some fun with it. I believe that I bought it for either €2 or €3 or something like that, and was it worth the price? Most definitely. And yeah, I had fun with it. That's good enough. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye bye.